afternoon, my YouTube family. I'm in the city of Santa Monica again. You know what? It really is depressing me. Today's Monday. It is Martin Luther King's birthday. You guys remember when I did the last video going to the Santa Monica Pier? You remember it shut down at 10 p.m. now. When I was living here, you could go out at the pier anytime, any night, any day, anytime. Let me peek down here. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about. I'm sorry to change subjects, but I was standing on this rail before, right here, right on this rail, and someone called the police on me because there's people who want to commit suicide, and they've had several people from this parking lot, from this parking structure right here, actually jump over this railing. So I'm like standing here just looking at the view. Police roll up behind me, and they're like asking my name and stuff like this. I'm like, is it a crime to be at this parking lot? You know, said it was somebody. They were saying that it was somebody from a building, probably one of those buildings over there, watching. And you know, and I guess what she explained to me, because it was a he and a she cop, and she was saying that, you know, there was many jumps, and I do know that because I was living here, so I do know that folks was jumping. But I was letting her know I'm fine. I'm happy with life. You know, I love life. I'm not going to commit suicide, I promise you. But she was wanting to know what was going on in my life. I guess, you know, they're trying to do their due diligence with making sure suicide wasn't being actively committed to, you know, right in, you know. So I reassured her that, no, I'm fine, I'm good. So that was the end of that. But so many businesses. I'm going to take you guys around Santa Monica in a minute, just to show you guys the dying city, the dying beach city of Los Angeles, Santa Monica. And trust and believe, I know, because I've been living here pretty much my whole life in Santa Monica, so I know. I've seen the change. I witnessed it. I moved because of it. It wasn't the same anymore. Now the pier is closing at 10 p.m. Okay, you guys, it's getting dark already. Like, wow. It's only 5 something. And it's getting dark. But anyway, I was going to show you guys, before it gets too dark, a lot of the businesses that are closed. Now, I don't want to get out, because when I say it's cold, it's cold. It's like 58 degrees, but with a solid wind chill. So anyway, the businesses that you see for a lease sign, I don't know if you can see it right there in front of us, a purple to the right, that used to be Barnes and Nobles. When Barnes and Nobles left, nothing else came there ever. And guess how long they've been gone? They got a couple of new businesses here to my left, but man, maybe I should get out and show you guys, because that used to be a PF Chang, like right to the right. There's a building that came there as well. The Shake Shack that's to the left, let's see if I can turn it. That used to be Panera Bread. Panera Bread was a place that I used to go to, you know, like daily, to get some soup or breakfast, you know. That closed, but a Shake Shack did come there. The CVS to the right used to be a Whole Foods Market. That left. But to the right of us, there's like several businesses that are closed. I'm gonna probably have to get out and show you guys what's happening here in Santa Monica. It's pretty, what is this word I'm looking for? It's pretty emotional. It's pretty disturbing because of everything that's closing. a shop that's over here. Now, who ever heard of a 7-Eleven closing down? I'll tell you why. Because the activity that used to go on at this 7-Eleven was, you know, an activity in front and the activity that amount of theft, because homeless people hang out at the 7-Eleven. I'm gonna park here because it looks like this whole complex is actually no longer in service. Okay, so again, this business used to be called P.F. Chang. This was the restaurant chain, P.F. Chang, and then P.F. Chang left about 2 years ago, right when I moved, because you know, P.F. Chang used to be my favorite place to eat. They don't look like they're doing too bad of a business, but so this used to this was a Mediterranean place right here, and they closed down. They closed down when I left about 2 years ago. And that was a popular restaurant as well. But as you can see, closed. And this here used to be Barnes and Nobles. And there was a Starbucks inside of Barnes and Noble. So the Starbucks was on this side right here, and Barnes and Noble here. This is shut down and never opened back up. So here we are on 3rd Street Promenade. Let's see what stores closed down. Again, this was all Barnes and Nobles. So all of this was Barnes and Nobles, this whole building. But as you can see, it's closed down. This store is closed. Was it closed for Martin Luther? No, looks like it's just closed for Martin Luther King Day. That's all. So it looks like it's still open, but this one has no signage on it, and it has so that whatever store, I forgot what store that was. That's closed. This store is for lease, so this is closed. This is 3rd Street. Now you have to realize this is 3rd Street Promenade, which was the most happening spot in Santa Monica, because it was all, you know, we had so many stores and restaurants down on 3rd Street Promenade. It's popular. It's like the infamous 3rd Street Promenade. But check out the fact that all these businesses are closed. As you can see, it's for release, so that means this is closed. And I forgot which store was here too. A lot of them come and go. But it's a huge store that used to be here that is now closed. I'll show you guys that on that side. I'm gonna have to probably walk on that side. But that is closed. That's a closed business. Check out all of these closed business on one of the most happening popular streets on Santa Monica and 3rd Street. I think I hear music, so I might have to tune that out. I'm not sure. But it looks like Cantina is still going on, because that's a bar. You know, people actually go there. This is a new store, the Istanbul Home. They have a power outage in that gym right there. That's new. Wow. Look at this. Closed for rent. One of the most popular streets in Santa Monica, where you had all kinds of people lined up in the streets, party, you know, like different people. This one's fairly new, but it's been here for about a year. But looks like they're watching the game or something. This whole little area right here had like 3 different establishments in it. So that right here in itself is kind of disappointing, because this whole little area right here is empty. This is, I mean, and again, I was going to show you guys the area of Santa Monica that wasn't a popular street. which is 3rd Street Promenade, which is what we're on now. I was going to show you guys the outside of 3rd Street Promenade to show you all the businesses that are closed. But again, it may look like it's bustling to you guys because you guys may not be familiar with how crowded this 3rd Street really is and how it was. Then you guys would know what I'm talking about when it comes to not having much business. A lot of the things are closed down. The mall is at the end of this walk right here. So it looks like it has more businesses open down on this end than it does on the other end. So we're walking southbound on 3rd Street. There was a time that you couldn't get a spot to for retail or to to lease for your business. On look at that, this store's closed down. On that side, that store's closed down. So you got two right across from each other that's closed right here and right there. So there was a time you couldn't get a spot. You had no retail spots. They used to sell like little carts where you could put it here on this walkway right here. You could get one of those like it's like a cart that you rent, and I don't know. It's called a kiosk. That's what it is. It's like a small kiosk, and you can sell your items there because what is that? Santa Monica is not safe, huh? Maybe that's interesting. Santa Monica, the Santa Monica Coalition organization, crime, outdoor mental. Oh, that I don't know what's that gonna be coming here, but they said Santa Monica's an outdoor mental asylum, and coming soon, whatever is coming there, I don't know. The Adidas store is open. Zara is still open. There's the Dodgers store, that's open. Like I said, more businesses are open down this way, but it's still a lot that's closed, especially when you couldn't even lease a spot because all of the spots were always taken. If any store left, another one would take its place immediately. Look at this. Fresh Food, that's closed for rent. That store right there is closed. What was this store? I'm trying to figure out. There's so many stores that's gone now. I'm forgetting which stores were where. This store is closed, and they look like they're doing the whole. They look like they actually gutted out this whole building right here on the side here. Yeah. See, that whole building is gutted. So they're gonna do something in that building. See there? This whole building is gutted right there. I was going to say, is Wetzel Pretzel open? Oh, it looks like they're just closed for the night, maybe. But that usually stays open. Wow, they actually gutted out a whole section. I forget what this store was, but look at there. They actually tore a whole building down here on 3rd Street. Yeah, a whole building. wow, look at this. That used to be a burger, and it was new too, meaning that it was only here for a year. That's closed down already. That's just crazy. And this part right here is the Santa Monica Outdoor Mall. It used to be enclosed. It used to be an indoor mall, but I don't feel like going through there right tonight because I'm showing you guys the things that have closed down. And even though this is a new mall, a lot of the stores have closed. Oh wow! I actually think Nike has closed. The big, huge Nike store that came is gone. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the inside of it. There's no shoes upstairs. And then they have that thing around it. The Nike store is gone. Wow. And that was like the most anticipated store that came to this mall. And look at it, it's closed. You got Tesla over here. That's fairly new. But that tells you a lot when the Nike store goes. For real. Says a lot. It was like anticipated to bring lots of business to this Santa Monica Outdoor Place is what it's called. And wow. I'm just really shocked. This one's closed too. I forgot which was here also. I want to say it was, I forget, so I would be lying if I told you something different. McDonald's ice creams. If it's high in the grocery store, I know it's high on these streets. H&M look like it's still doing business. And why? Because it's cheap. You know, you're not gonna go wrong with you know, people are gonna travel for H&M. It's just crazy. Now you know it's sad when Forever 21. That's the Forever 21 store right here. So whenever a Forever 21 store closes, you know this is a bad spot to try to rent a retail spot now at this point. All right, so now we're on the Santa Monica Boulevard in Santa Monica. So we just stepped off of 3rd Street, which 3rd Street Promenade is right there. And we're walking down Santa Monica Boulevard here in Santa Monica. And there's a few stores that are on this street as well that's closed. Oh, I'm glad to see Dragon Herbs is still open. Only because people care about their health. And Dragon Herbs is an herbal store for health, for healing. And so you got all of these types of tonics and dried herbs inside this here store. I love this store because I love herbal things. So they've been here for a while. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be leaving. What used to be here though, believe it or not, do you know that Dragon Herbs, which is this place here, there was a Hooters here. Yes, a Hooters. And Hooters left many years ago. Hooters has been gone probably for the last 8 years. So yeah, Hooters has been gone for a while. Okay, so this place looks like it's went out of business as well. There's a police sign. Yeah, there's a police sign for there. Look, he's just throwing this trash all out. That's homeless. The homeless just be destroying places. It's hard to kind of keep me either. I'm gonna watch him. He just dumped all of that trash out. Okay, the dry, they have to come pick all that trash up now that the guy just dumped out. This is a new store. It used to be an Asian restaurant right there. Oh wow, look at all the stores that's closed down that side. I'm gonna walk up here to Wilshire, where I parked my car at the 7-Eleven. And then I'm gonna take you guys to another part of Santa Monica. I haven't been over there in a minute on Main Street. I just wanna see what Main Street is doing, see if Main Street is having as much trouble as over here in this part of Santa Monica, the northern part of Santa Monica. We're gonna go to the south of Santa Monica. Oh wow, I gotta cross the street because I gotta see these stores that's closed over here. What happened? Oh wow. Oh wow, this is just crazy of how many stores are closed here in this area. Is that the dance studio that closed? Let's see. I think this was the dance studio. It's now closed. Yeah, this is a dance studio. You can tell with the wooden floors. That was the dance studio. That's closed now. Oh, look at this. This store is now closed. Now, we're not on 3rd Street Promenade anymore, but just the amount of stores that's closed in Santa Monica on the outskirts of 3rd Street Promenade is just crazy. I don't know what was here. I think this was just a parking lot. Do they still have ice skating over there? They may still have ice skating, because I think the ice skating goes on until the end of January. Let's see, I'm across the street again. I think ice skating goes on till the end of January. It used to be that way anyway. So let's just see what's happening over here. Sounds like they're playing music, so that means I'm gonna have to mute it when I get up here. this is the first day it hasn't rained. It sprinkled a little earlier, but as far as a full rain, no. Someone has a whole bunch of boxes. That's just well, it looks like someone had to get out of their unit or their home, and that's why those boxes are piled up. That makes me feel so sad to see that. Like, imagine how that must feel. Like, really, that's got to be horrible, man. Well, I certainly pray for whoever that is that had to do that and pile his belongings that was in, looks like storage boxes up in a corner on the street. Hi. Oh my God, that scared the holy crap out of me. It rolled up behind me making all kinds of noise. Look at that. There's a food delivery cart. You have to see the way I just jumped when it rolled up behind me like that. I don't think nobody's controlling it. I think it goes by sensors.
It does.
Yeah, I almost hit several of those before because it
wasn't their turn.
Yeah, it wasn't. Right.
Can't say that. Can't say that. No.
All right, you guys, I'm heading back to my car. I'm parked at the 7-Eleven that's down, and I think it's down because of the power outage through this part right here. So I'm gonna head back to my car, and what I'm gonna do then is take you guys to the north part of Santa Monica. I'm not gonna go in residential because the whole idea is to show you guys how businesses are just leaving. So, oh, there's that crazy guy that threw all the trash out. Let me, hold on. I didn't want to walk behind him, but I didn't want to walk in the street either. Alright, you guys, I'm back in my car. So we're gonna go to the south side of Santa Monica, going southbound. Turn my lights. With a little bit of traffic, it's gonna probably be like a 10-minute ride, because that's pretty much on the other side of the freeway, South Santa Monica. That hotel right here, you guys, is beautiful inside. They turned that old hotel into a beautiful new hotel. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, even before I get to Main Street, it's already looking deserted. So Main Street is another popular street in Santa Monica, but it's on the south side of Santa Monica, across, basically you have, is on the other side of the freeway. So let's see what's happening down here. This is Main Street. We just started on Main Street just now. Another happening area, but this is more the eclectic part of Santa Monica, because this part of Santa Monica just runs right together into Venice. And you know, I'm sure you guys heard of Venice. Venice is the most eclectic, weird place of the beach cities. But here we are on Main Street in Santa Monica. That's going to run right into the Venice area. And it's already looking pretty desolate down here. Not like it used to be. Oh, wait. Okay, you guys, I found a parking spot, but this is Main Street right here. But let me show you this restaurant before I go on Main Street. This used to be the most happening seafood restaurant in Santa Monica, and they closed down a while ago. They closed down in the midst of the pandemic. And there's a large space too, like, looks like there's a homeless person have taken up residence though, right here. But right here, that was a really, really fancy, smancy seafood restaurant. It was so good. But as you can see, homeless have taken up residence. And so now we're going to be walking on. I wonder why they took the meter feeders out of all of these here. As you can see, they took the meters out. So that's why I didn't have to pay to park, but she's paying to park right here. So, interesting. So, I found a little side street that had these meters here. And I got lucky because I found a spot right here. Let me see.
All right.
Let's see which side I'm going to walk down. I think I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to start down here. Right on this corner up here. Okay, now this store, new. I haven't been down here in a while, so this is actually new. It looks like it may survive because it looks like it's a secondhand store. And usually secondhand stores actually will survive. Folks love. And remember, this is an eclectic part of Santa Monica, so I'm sure this store is probably going to survive. Oh look, is that fake Balenciagas? Look at there. If I go in here, I'm going to have to turn off there. No, it doesn't look like it's fake because everything up there is kind of like marked pretty high, although it's secondhand. Some of these shoes don't need to be in here though. How much they're selling these? When you look at that ugly pair of worn shoes for $249, that's crazy. Look, I'm not lying. $249 for those worn out shoes. Now they may be some sort of fancy smancy name, but nobody wants a pair of worn out shoes and Balenciaga. Those are ugly. I'm sorry, but they are. All right, let's move right along because their prices are ridiculous. Look at that. That little hand purse they got for $69. I don't know if you guys see the price tag on that. So this may be a second-hand store, but it's like, I guess they got to pay the rent for these, for it. That's the only reason why I would say that, so here is where pretty much everything kind of in for as far as hanging out. And then 2 lights down, you guys, that's gonna be Venice. So therefore you're gonna step into another city 2 lights down. So this is kind of where Main Street kind of starts for the happening. O'Brien's right across the street right there. was a Irish pub, and when I tell you that we had the best parties there. O'Brien closed before the pandemic, a couple of months before the pandemic, because they needed to do some stuff in there to get it up to, okay, I'm trying to cross the street, I got the right of way, to get it up to code, and they never was able to get it back up to code. So that's been closed for a while. Another area I used to go to is over here. This was a 24-hour. I'm gonna walk over here. Because when the natural foods place left this building right here, so many businesses have come here, and now it's called Same Day Health. So you got a whole new business there. But one of the established businesses was a natural food place, had been there for 30 years. It was like 30 years and it went out of business. So I tell you, it's like now this here place is a massage place. Now it never went out of business, but something tells me there's some other stuff going on in there besides massaging, because I never see any customers, but they've been in business for like forever, probably 40 years, who knows? I'm sure 40. That's how long they've been in business, and they never left. This one was my spot right here, and man, they're available again. This was a 24-hour coffee shop, the last eclectic coffee shop in probably the state of California. But man, did I ever get some work done here, because you could come sit here, bring your computer, bring your printer machine. In like 15 years ago, I started a whole business just by coming in here, getting out of the house, coming somewhere where people were doing the same thing, working on their computers, and it was free. All you had to do is pay for the coffee. I would love to open up an establishment here, but both of these are together, combined. The one that says Noble Objects, and the one that says G&V, what is that, tailoring. Now, the two combined made a nice big establishment. I don't know about such a small, if I ever open a coffee shop, this may be a little too small for me, so I probably wouldn't be interested in the shop. But I mean, I just got so many memories at that shop right there. This hat shop has been in business for many, many years. It makes me think that this is also a beard. That's a beard. This bookstore also may be a beard. I think it's owned by the same person. But when I tell you that they never have customers in there, and this here, the Buddha Center is kind of new. And you got people actually sitting in there. I don't know if you guys can see people sitting in there, so that's kind of new. But this here is owned by the same person, this bookstore and this hat shop. I mean, and look at this. Who's going to buy those hats? Who's going to buy those hats? And who's going to buy that shirt? And who's going to buy any of this stuff that's in here? But yet he's able to maintain this hat shop for probably 40 years. See, this is a new shop too, Electric Bike Tours, and there's a person in there sitting in there. She's working also. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, because this is my 24-hour coffee shop right here, and it was eclectic. The books were basically on an honor system, so they had books all over, because they would get the books donated for free to them. So the books all over the coffee shop was, you can pick it up and read it while you were sitting there, and if you wanted to take it home, you pay $1 for the books. But they didn't care because it was donated, so basically it was on an honor system. If you picked up the book and you like it, take it to the counter and give them $1. I don't see nothing wrong with that, but probably most people were ripping them off. The falling city of Santa Monica. I call it the dying beach city or Santa Monica's, let's see, there's got to be a name that I'm going to give this. The dying beach city of Los Angeles, Santa Monica. Yeah, that's a good name for it. That's an interesting shop. It's got like crystals and stuff in there. There's a big amethyst. So, what have we seen? Okay, I'm parked on this street right here. I don't want to forget where I'm parked. Okay. See, when COVID hit and people had to sit outside, they put all of these things outside in the streets, like this right here. So there was parking. This was for parking where you could park your car with the metered parking, but they wanted to make sure that restaurants had space to for their patrons. So therefore, they took up a lot of these metered spots on this side and put seating there. So you know, it looks like they're watching a game here inside of Taverns on Main. That's been there. Taverns on Main's been there for a while. Now this is closed. This used to be a bagel shop. That's closed. There was an eyeglass shop over here. It's sitting on the corner right there where it says Accent Jewelry Design. So it's not there anymore. Let's see. There's a Starbucks, but it's like a pickup Starbucks. You don't sit in there. You just order and leave. Another area that they've taken up parking spaces for where the metered parking was, and this is for a seating area for this here restaurant right here. So although they got seating inside, but during the pandemic they had to put that out there. But now you see so many empty spots and no one's claiming them. They're just empty. Right here, this used to be another spot that we would hang out at. This was a club, so that was the entrance to the door, and it was really dark inside, meaning that it was like one of those clubs where you could see people, but it was more like I guess what they were called undergrounds back then. I'm not for sure what they were called, but it was just dark, nothing crazy going on. Just really, I think celebrity. Well, it was celebrities that was going on in there. So a lot of celebrities like going to clubs that doesn't have much light going on, and I think it's for the so people won't really take photos and stuff of them. So I remember that was a lot of celebrities used to go there, and again, being that it was very dark inside, no windows in it, that's what celebrities like. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It was not really anything going on MLK Day because a lot of shops were closed, but there was also a lot of businesses that were actually open. So I'm kind of glad that I was able to get to see and walk around and see things that were open also. But I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And once again, you're on the scene with Cassie. And if you like this video, please hit the comment section. Please subscribe. And please give it a thumbs up, a like. So again, enjoyed hanging out with you guys. And I will see you guys on the next video. Good night.